Hello Reformers and welcome back to Mount and Blade Warband. Now, when we left off, we had done a little bit of fighting here and there. We fought some sea raiders and a couple of vassals as well. And we actually did pick up another companion in the form of BANDIT. But for the most part, we're basically just sending out our companions and having them come back for right to rule, as well as, of course, leveling up most of our Saranids. As you can see here, I've actually recruited a bunch, and my trainer skill is actually doing a really nice job so far, and that has made a couple of veteran footmen into horsemen and veteran footmen themselves. So yeah, we're actually going to start just leveling most of these, I think, probably into... that's the thing. Do I want to go for infantry? Maybe. Maybe we'll go for a little bit of infantry, just to try them out a little bit, because I don't think I've ever used Saranid infantry. I've used Nord infantry, because in the original series, of course, I was, just using whatever I could to get the best advantage, because, it was just the way I was playing the game at the time. Anyway, point is, we are here at Dirim. I have actually done something quite good already, and no, it's not actually buying the Enterprise, which I'm on the way to do right now, but it is purchasing a military hammer. Now, the military hammer, apparently, I've heard, is the best blunt weapon in the game, so I'm going to be using it. And hopefully we're going to be taking quite a few prisoners and just in general being able to hit people very hard in the face. And because, of course, it is blunt, they don't get killed, and it's all fine and dandy, because then we're able to mock them many times, because Barney was able to actually, hit them and take them out. Anyway, as you can see here, this is going to give us 525 dinars a week. I think that's pretty decent. So we're going to go for that. And does he have a job? He does, but I am sorry, but no. I am sorry, but no, yeah, exactly. But yes, it was actually really quite strange, because I came to Durham because I thought to myself, okay, so where do we go to, try and find a good place for a weavery and dye works? And I thought, okay, we have one in Rivercheg, and maybe it would be a good idea to go for one in Durham. Now, this is a little bit risky, because we are placing most of our eggs in one basket, so to speak, because this is owned by the Kingdom of Vaegirs, as well as Rivercheg, so that's a bit worrisome. Anyway, there it is, a heavy military hammer. Going to be using that instead of the Morningstar. I think that is a little bit more in keeping with what we're trying to do here. Obviously, I think the weapon restriction can kind of be pushed a little bit, in my opinion, because I don't know, I'm not using anything that is blatantly Nordish or, well, should I say Nordic or Swedian or anything like that. I'm just using something kind of neutral, I feel, but, well, never mind. I think that is perfectly fine. And there's Artimena. Yeah, he did actually, arrive beforehand, but I didn't have any space for him, so I had to tell him to go away and come back. So what we're going to do is we're going to send BANDIT now, because I'm pretty sure that most of these are probably going to really hate each other, so it would probably be a good idea to just be a little bit, proactive in terms of getting that right to rule. Count Berans, hello there. Come over here, I have a special surprise for you. And you know what that is? That is in the form of many cavalry. Oh yeah, and I should have bought a horse, shouldn't I? That's the one thing I actually forgot to buy. I did spend 1,100, by the way, on this military hammer, so I was just like, maybe that's enough spending? Maybe that's enough spending, so, I don't know. If I can get a horse for, I don't know, about 1,500, I think I should be able to afford it. Obviously, I'm gaining about 800 to 900 profit every single week, and now that, of course, we have an additional dye works, that's going to be even more now, so that's pretty nice, it's pretty good. And, okay, need to be a little bit careful here. I have given the shields to our companions, well, to the top 3 companions that I have in my list at the moment, so that is Ferentis, Borcha, and who's the last guy? Beheshtur, I believe. Yes, Beheshtur. Oh, I should probably charge in, shouldn't I? That would probably make sense. The one problem I was having, you see, is that I really wanted to get my skirmishes into the action. I really did not. Ooh, that was that was a brutal hit right there in the face of that farmer, or technically it's a Swadian recruit. Technically it is a farmer. So I guess that's kind of true, because, you know, they're fresh out of the village, and we are picking on them very harshly right here, and I don't feel bad about it at all, because they become Swadian knights. And, well, we all know that Swadian knights are very difficult, and are widely regarded as being the best unit in the native game, with the exception of maybe the Huskarls due to infantry, but, you know, the Swadian knights are quite dominant on the fields of battle. Anyway, there you go. No casualties whatsoever, a little bit of renown, and we are taking him prisoner, because that is, of course, going to give us a pretty nice amount of money if they decide to pay his ransom. Alright, is there anything... Ooh, very nice. We can take that tempered sword. That's rather nice. Ooh, yes, and we have advanced to level 15. Oh, okay, so apparently Artimena and Lezalit are actually friends with each other. So I suppose that's nice, but Artimena and Jeremus do not get along, so yeah, there's definitely going to be some waves going on there. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so Nizar, yes, Nizar, no, yeah, apparently Nizar actually does get on with Jeremus, so I'm pretty happy to keep him around. Anyway, trainer skill I think is going to be the only option for us right now until I level up his strength a little bit more. Let's get a Serenid Mamluk there, let's get a couple more. Oh, yeah, I probably should have leveled those up into infantry. My bad. And it's actually a bit weird how these skirmishes are not leveling up at all. Maybe it's just because they're not getting any kills or something, but really it's taking them an extremely long time to get any experience. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Maybe it's just a lack of action. Ooh, I'd love to fight them. I would love to fight Count Calargus. Oh, there's 19 man-at-arms. Ooh my, that's gonna be... oh, okay. Oh, I was actually trying to avoid him at the end there, but... Oh well, never mind. I actually wanted to avoid him so that I could sell my prisoners, perhaps, because I have a feeling that we're probably gonna take a lot here. Because obviously we do have a wide variety of different units with blunt weaponry, as well as me having a blunt weapon as well. Obviously that makes a bit of a difference. Anyway, so let's put... I think we should put our skirmishers in this rock field here. That's going to be a bit of an obstacle for the cavalry. Well, for the enemy's cavalry, I hope. And then, of course, we do have to deal... Wow, this shield is really small. What's going on with that? Oh, well, never mind. Hello. Who is that? That is Count Calargus himself. That is absolutely hilarious. I love it when they just run in and die so incredibly easily. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so this guy is attempting to attack me. This is probably not a good idea. For him, that is. Because we are obviously surrounded by all of our units. I'm going to move my skirmishers a little bit closer. We are obviously against a couple of Swadian knights, but the man-at-arms are being a little bit foolish here. And I now have... Oh. I was going to say, I now have the opportunity to get on a horse. But it seems like I don't have enough riding skill. Isn't that terrible? Yeah, that is pretty terrible. Okay, let's... that was a real shame. I was just like, yes, jump and bash him in the face. But no, it seems I was unable. I was unable to do it. Oh well. Yeah, it seems like there's literally nothing for me to kill. Ah, here we go. There's a little bit here. Lezalit, there we go. Lezalit is helping us, and we're doing some pretty decent damage as well. Wow, Lezalit doesn't even have a shield? Are you serious? Wow, I probably need to give him one, but I don't know whether he's going to leave. Hopefully he's not going to leave, because I think I'm going to actually turn him into our engineer, perhaps. Has Jeremus already started speccing into engineer? I don't think so. But if he has, then, well, I guess he'll just be a little bit of a backup engineer or something like that. But yeah, as you can see, we're actually running these guys down quite easily. We have only lost one unit. And I don't know what that is, but I suppose we'll find out in the casualty screen after this. But yeah, it seems like everything's going quite nicely, smoothly, whatever you want to say. But yeah, as you see there, he just didn't have enough. And he seemed to just charge in his men-at-arms, which technically was maybe the right call, considering he had a pretty decent amount of them. But obviously we have, how many cavalry? We have 33, so I suppose that's perfectly adequate to defeat someone with, what? How many did he have? 21 or 22 or something along those lines. But there you go, 24 of them were wounded, which in turn means that there's going to be so many prisoners for us to take, and I'm going to have to swap out some of these militia, skirmishers, these recruits, because they're just not worth it. They're not worth taking. The Swedian Knights and the Man-at-Arms, however, they are certainly worth it. So let's see, should I take crossbowmen instead, and then I guess we'll take the footmen. Yeah, there you go. We desperately need to get to a town with a ransom broker. And wow, look at all the experience that we're gaining right there. Okay, yeah, so Lezelit is now just going absolutely crazy about Artie men. I'm sure they're going to have a good old fun time later on, and we're going to be getting a mercenary horseman there. They become mercenary cavalry as well. Oh, there's the skirmishers as well. They're leveling up a little bit. Let's get some of these infantry. Saranid guards. I seem to remember that the Saranid guards don't have shields. Am I correct in assuming that? Maybe. Yeah, I seem to remember that they don't spawn with shields, so that might be partially a reason why they are a little bit more difficult to use. But yeah, because obviously the Huskarls, they spawn with shields and some pretty good axes as well. Okay, so am I going to be lucky? No, it seems like I'm not. Seems like I'm not. So ransom brokers are going to make themselves scarce. Unless I can find one in here. I've never found an NPC in here. Maybe one time. And now I am being beset upon by a couple of bandits. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, I'm actually at Praven right now because I was wanting to look for a ransom broker here, and it seems like they beat me to it, didn't they? Yeah, they definitely beat me to it, so that's not very nice of them, is it? Well, at least this is not a mod where they throw millions upon millions of bandits at you. I think there's one left. Where's the one that I'm looking for, though? Where is that guy? Oh, no. Oh, there he is. Yes. Okay, yeah. I know some mods actually spawn some bandits on top of rooftops and things, and I think that is absolutely terrible. Oh, yeah. A kill with a thrown weapon. Wow. Okay. Is there a blue moon out tonight or something? Yeah, must be. Anyway, let us now go into Praven, and we're going to have a look and sell most of our loot here, not the Tempered Sword or the Warhorse, as I'd like to probably give those to someone. Might sell the Morningstar now, probably going to sell that. And shall we buy some food? Yeah, a little bit of food, why not? Okay, so let's go into the tavern, which is what I was attempting to do, actually. Well, I was attempting to go into the marketplace, actually, but seems like I was intercepted by a couple of, well, unsavory individuals, I guess. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be anyone. Well, wouldn't you just look at this? That is... I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on here. Because we are just being beset by bandits all the time. And oh yeah, ooh, that was a painful shot for that guy, that's for sure. Alright, let's see if I can actually do something here. Ah, his shield absorbed the blow. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? I was really hoping I could get maybe... you know, 2 thrown weapon kills in a row. I mean, that would be really nice. Oh, anyway, as you can see, we're at Yalen here. I was attempting to go into the tavern once again after resting for some time. And, we have finally found one. Ugh. Okay, took us a while, didn't it? Okay, so let's... oh my, this is going to be... whoa, yes. That is really nice money right there. Okay, so we're well on our way to getting our next enterprise, and I think we're probably just going to try to weaken the Swadians even further. It seems like the Swadians are going to be the first faction eliminated in this game, which is, in my opinion, quite strange. I don't think I have ever seen the Swadians be eliminated first. Usually it's either the Vaegirs or maybe the Kurgits. But usually the Rodoks and the Swadians, they stay around for quite some time. The Saranids get eliminated relatively in the middle, you know, after one of the other factions first. And then obviously the Nords, they put up a bit of a fight as well, unless they get picked on by many, many factions, like the Swadians are right now. So it seems like we might have an opportunity to further gain some pretty easy renown and pretty easy experience as well. Oh, yes, and I did forget to level up Barney. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, prisoner management, I don't know whether I need any more of that, to be honest, because we already have 20. and 20 prisoners, that's pretty decent. And yeah, we're probably, you know, we're probably going to be getting many more prisoners in the future, but I feel like 5 extra capacity is really not a big deal. So instead, what do? I don't know. I suppose trainer is going to be the name of the game here, and I don't know whether I should go for any more in strength or should I start leveling. So I guess we're just going to level more charisma actually. Just go for a heavy charisma build at the moment, because leadership eventually is going to be very, very useful to reduce our troops' wages, of course, because eventually we're going to have, you know, all Mamluks, all Saranid guards, all master archers, and it's just going to be an absolutely insane cash sink, I guess, and hopefully that's going to do a little bit to sort of outweigh that. And Lizelit has just advanced in level. Oh yeah, and I did sell those other shields that I had, but they were absolute trash. They were really, really bad, so didn't really want to give him something like that. But anyway, seems like he'll just have to make do with what he has right now. So, trainer skill, athletics. I guess I'm just going to give him another point in Iron Flesh, and I'll give him something in athletics just to make him go a little bit faster. Obviously, we will probably want to spec him into shield as well, because obviously as time goes on, he's probably going to get a shield, isn't he? Yeah, sometime. I don't know when, but sometime in the future he'll probably get one. Aha! Hello! You seem to be a little bit lost, Mr. Vassal. What are you doing right there? Oh, I see. Yes, you're a little bit annoying, aren't you? Aha! Hello, Count Regus. Yes, we're being very annoying. And Ymira is going to leave. Okay, well, there you are. Yeah, we knew it was coming, didn't we? We knew it was going to happen, but we just didn't know when. But that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, and I did not do that bandit quest. I didn't really care about it too much. I was just like, oh, I'm just going to go and get some Saranid units instead and just hunt down some vassals and things like that. And my trainer skill did the rest. It's actually really nice to have a companion with such high trainer skill as well as yourself. It really makes a huge difference. Well, technically we only have, what, 2 in trainer? So, yeah. Doesn't really make too much difference, but as you can see, look at all of these guys. King Harlaus only has 19. He has been defeated numerous times then, by the looks of things. Well, that's very worrisome for him, isn't it? Wow, Count Telrog has absolute balls of steel, doesn't he? Look at that. He is literally running in against the entirety of the Swadians, with the exception of 2 vassals in Suno. What is he doing? Literally, oh, there you go. Now he's actually come to his senses. Okay. That is hilarious. I always find it amusing when the AI makes a mistake like that. Aha, Count Klargus is wanting revenge. He wants revenge. He's not going to get it, though. He is not going to get it, and maybe I'll be able to get to Count Regus. No, I will not. That's a shame. Or maybe I am. Aha, he came out. Look at that. What an... I have no idea what this guy is doing. What an absolute... complete idiot, because literally he was just like, oh yes, I better go into my castle where I'm safe, and then he just waited for like 5 minutes, and then it was like, okay, I can go out again now, and we were just right there. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to take this guy prisoner. Basically, I'm just going to try and get as much money as possible from ransoms, as much renown as possible as well. We have 39 cavalry. Don't really want to send them in right now, so I'm going to tell everyone to hold position. Don't really want to send them in, even though it would be an absolutely fantastic thing to do, because most of them have lances. Some of them have lances. Yeah, some of them have lances, so we could capitalize on that. But I think for the most part, what we prefer to do is maybe put our cavalry around the side, and then we'll just get our archers and skirmishers and things out the front, and our infantry, our very small amounts of infantry. We have, what is it, 12 infantry and 10 archers? Yeah, it's going to be pretty hilarious to actually see the entirety of the... yeah, that's the problem with having a cavalry-focused army, because obviously the cavalry do need to use a little bit of a little bit of flanking maneuvers every now and again to make them a little bit more effective. Let's just swing them around a little bit. Gonna move my infantry a little bit further back, and then we're going to... oh yes, this is gonna be painful for them. Look at this. Oh my, that is very painful. And I'm not going to tell anyone to charge in apart from the cavalry. I think yeah, now I can tell them to charge in. But just wanted them to make the first move, obviously. And then we can just tell the archers as well, because I don't really want them to just, you know, stand there and die. Because sometimes they try to shoot and they just kind of get a bit stuck, which is not really what I want to happen right there. So I'm just going to try and help some of our cavalry from getting a little bit stuck, because some of them do, you know, some of them do get a little bit stuck trying to kill one unit, and yeah, it's not particularly good, because then they're just sitting ducks, and that's not very nice. Okay, well, there you go. That was, wow, that was absolutely brutal. That was absolutely brutal. That flanking maneuver really did have their number, and I'm actually really surprised that the AI did not decide to adapt to that, because usually they'll turn to face you, and it seems like Count Regus was just a little bit rushed, shall we say. So maybe he was under pressure from his, you know, from his marshal to go and join the front lines, and maybe that's the reason. And he did manage to escape, which is a real shame, but it's okay, because we do get a number of prisoners, which we can then sell once again, and we are getting some pretty decent, yeah, I don't want the recruits, thank you very much. We are getting some pretty decent renown as well, so I suppose that's okay. And there we go, yes. Not bad, not bad. I'm probably going to go to Tyr and Sargoth and things like that. Gonna try and maybe find a tournament that I can do off screen, and that will give us some good renown in itself, and then we'll also maybe then have enough for another Weavery and Dye Works, and hopefully that by that point we might have a full sort of contingent of Saranid infantry at least. I don't think we'll have any Saranid guards. Maybe we'll have one or two, but yeah, I think that would be pretty nice. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.